guys, what's up? It's just me and Totoro, and I've got a little bit of the Four Sigmatics Chaga Elixir in my coffee this morning, and I'm wearing my new necklace from my Mint Mongoose box. I'm really enjoying those little fun pieces that I got in that jewelry subscription box. Anyways, today, as you can tell from the title and thumbnail of the video, I'm going to review for you guys the Youth to the People Kale and Green Tea Spinach Vitamin Superfood Face Wash and their Superfood Hyaluronic Acid Moisture Cream. I have this sample set here that I obtained, and I have used both products several times now, enough so to form an opinion regarding their efficacy and utility. And also, as always, review the ingredients for you guys. I've gotten many requests to review these products. I know they're popular. I think they sell them in Sephora. Correct me if I'm wrong. I never go in that place because it terrifies me. You can also get it on dermstore.com as well as I think Urban Outfitters, I want to say, sells it as well. I think I've seen it in there. I much prefer going into Urban Outfitters than Sephora. It's more zen in there. But anyways, starting out with the Kale Green Tea Spinach Cleanser here. Yes, I agree with you all who are thinking this. I really haven't used that much of it, but I have used it approximately 5 or 6 times. So I feel pretty confident in my opinion generating ability. So this product contains, it's a cleanser that is touted to be ideal for all skin types: oily skin, dry skin, mature skin, combination skin, human skin. And it claims to be wonderful for, quote, anti-aging and protecting against free radicals by virtue of the fact that it has good old antioxidants in it, which they are purporting to be from the variety of plant extracts that are in the cleanser. The cleanser has kale, spinach, aloe, alfalfa, and kale leaf oil, as well as chamomile. You know, I've said this before, but I'll just reiterate it, particularly for anybody who just found this video looking for a review of the cleanser. Antioxidants in skincare products are very unstable, and they rarely ever are able to actually scavenge free radicals once put on the skin. So more often than not, antioxidants in skincare products preserve and help to protect the product rather than your skin, particularly in a cleanser form where you're just using the cleanser to remove dirt, oil, and makeup. Sluicing it on the skin is not really going to scavenge any free radicals and undo any damage. That's just not biologically possible. So it's a gimmicky claim. Really, what these extracts are is fragrance, and so be aware of that. And I always tell you all, do your best. It's very difficult to avoid fragrance. The reason being that fragrance allergy is very common, and even if you don't have a problem with fragrance today, tomorrow, next week, you can still develop a sensitivity to fragrance at some point in your life. It's pretty common. So, I try and make every effort to avoid it where possible. And cosmetic companies do not have to be transparent with labeling their fragrance components. And so when something is put into a product for multiple uses, in this case, claiming to be antioxidants, they don't have to necessarily disclose that this does in fact have fragrance. So, you can even tell that. I don't have to tell you that. If you open it up and take a whiff of it, it smells actually kind of nice. I actually really do enjoy the fragrance of this quite a bit. As far as its efficacy as a cleanser, I was not impressed. That's probably why I haven't used that much of it. I just didn't find that it was very effective. First of all, it stings around the eyes and does not take off either waterproof or non-waterproof mascara very well. It does not take off on the face water resistant or non-water resistant sunscreens, which is my main motivation for using facial cleansers, is to remove dirt, oil, and my layers of sunscreen and my mascara throughout the day. Just kind of take off that film from the day. And this didn't achieve that. It didn't achieve that on its own. I had to use a oil-based cleanser for my mascara and for water-resistant sunscreens in order to get it off. So it's really not helpful in actually taking things off of your face, which is the goal of a cleanser. Furthermore, I found it very drying. And I did find that it stung quite a bit around the eyes. It was not good around the eyes. I didn't find that this was any better than any other cleanser out there. In fact, for me personally, my bias is always CeraVe Hydrating Facial Cleanser. I think it's wonderful and a much better option for this than this. Doesn't have any fragrance or problematic ingredients. However, it is not cruelty-free. I understand that would probably be a motivation for many of you in choosing this. And I'm almost certain it is not vegan. So that is another thing that this offers that the CeraVe one does not. Vanity Cream, however, makes a cleanser that is very gentle, and they do not test on animals. I know that for a fact. And I'm almost certain it's vegan. There's nothing in their cleanser, in the Vanity Cream cleanser, I'll list it down below, that contains an ingredient that suggests animal, but I could be wrong on that. So those are alternatives. The one ingredient in this that I am intrigued by, and it's also in the moisturizer, which I'll touch on in a bit, is the fact that it's got green tea in it. Now, green tea is rich in antioxidants. Again, in skincare products, the free radical scavenging ability of antioxidants almost never holds up. It's just not, they're just very unstable. But there is a small, tiny amount of data to show that green tea and skincare products, whether it be cleansers or moisturizers, has been shown to actually diminish the size of the pores. Now, don't get overly enthusiastic by that. I just tell you all that because there is some information for that, but it's a very, very small amount of data. And, it's not the kind of ingredient that is going to completely revolutionize the architecture of your face, particularly if you're just somebody who has anatomically larger sebaceous glands, more prominent pores. Green tea is unlikely to substantially change that architecture, but there is some data to suggest that it can improve it. So, I'm always motivated to try out some of the green tea containing products for that reason. That being said, this is very drying, and if anything is going to exacerbate the appearance of pores. The other thing that I don't care for about this product is that it is pretty pricey. It is $36 for 8 ounces. That's quite a bit for a cleanser that, what this kind of reminds me of? It reminds me more of a hand soap, a nice scented hand soap. That's where I think that this would be nice, like in a guest bathroom somewhere. It reminds me of a kind of product that you might get at a fancy hotel in your to bathe with. Like, this might be the body wash. It doesn't stand out as being a real heavy duty, excellent choice based facial cleanser. It seems more appropriate as a fun body wash, if anything. And an expensive one at that. So, for the face, I did not think that this was effective. The claim that it prevents aging is ridiculous. There's nothing in this that is going to prevent aging, by the way. That is such a gimmicky claim on there. Please do not fall for that ever. So I don't buy into that. I get the motivation behind choosing a cleanser that is vegan and cruelty-free. Other than that, however, I can't really see why someone would be compelled to use this. It is not good. And the other claims that they make on their products, they say no animal testing. So that is the one useful point. But then they also make these claims that continue to be put onto labels as selling points. No parabens, no sulfates, no phthalates, no dimethicone, no mineral oil. None of those are problematic. None of those cause issues. Kale and fragrancy ingredients, those cause issues. Those cause allergic contact dermatitis and actual clinical problems. Not mineral oil, it doesn't clog pores despite the internet myths. Not dimethicone, it doesn't clog pores. It's actually been demonstrated not to. It's present in most prescription acne creams and drugs, so it does not clog pores. Phthalates, not problematic. Sulfates, not problematic. Parabens, not problematic. If you'd like for me to do a video in the future on parabens and why you should stop fearing parabens, comment below. But parabens are not problematic, okay? So those are all selling claims that are not substantiated whatsoever and are false. So I don't like the labeling here. If you are motivated to use a green tea based cleanser, I think I was much happier with Crave's Matcha Hemp Hydrating Cleanser that I reviewed for you all a while back. I think that this is a much more reasonable choice than this. This particular cleanser has green tea in it. It also has very moisturizing, nice colloidal oatmeal as well as hemp. Is not drying. This, like the Youth to the People cleanser, does sting around the eyes. But it effectively removes makeup and is non-drying. I think this is a much better choice. Far fewer fragrancy ingredients in this than the Youth to the People one, if you're somebody who's motivated to use a green tea cleanser. I think that Miss Leah, I apologize, I'm mispronouncing your name, has done a much more well-researched job in formulating her product than Youth to the People. I think they just took basically what reminds me of a Caswell Massey hand soap and, put it into a bottle and made all these false claims. Regarding the Kale Spinach Green Tea Hyaluronic Acid Moisturizer next. I mean, you guys hopefully gleaned the fact that I wasn't a fan of the cleanser. This is even worse. Okay, this has the same ingredients as the cleanser, only they have removed the surfactant from the cleanser, which in the cleanser was cocamidol propylbutane. They've removed the surfactant and they've replaced it with sodium hyaluronate, which is a humectant, gloms onto water, and sunflower seed oil, which is a moisturizer oil. And they have used exactly the same ingredients: the green tea, the alfalfa, the spinach, radicchio. I mean, what kind of salad is this? I want my money back. This I was really not impressed with whatsoever. This is, as far as a cream, I would not really even classify this as a cream. They've opacified it to make it look like a cream, but the consistency of it is more of a light lotion. It's very watery and not occlusive at all. And when I say occlusive, I mean it does not offer a sufficient moisture seal to slow down transepidermal water loss. Here, I'll just swatch a little on my cheeks. To slow down transepidermal water loss, which if you'll recall back to my moisturizer videos and how to moisturize the face, how to choose a moisturizer, the goal of putting moisturizer on your face is to slow down transepidermal water loss. You want some degree of an occlusive seal, okay? Light lotions are less than heavy creams, which are less than thick, greasy ointments, but something like this is really watery. I mean, it goes on fine. You might enjoy the feeling, but you'll find that when you put this on as a moisturizer, the hyaluronic acid in there holds on to a little bit, but it's not sufficiently occlusive, and therefore the water evaporates out of your face as it ordinarily would and leads to dryness. So this is ultimately more drying than it is moisturizing. Not to mention it is essentially a little tub of fragrance in a very watery light lotion gel vehicle. Not impressed with this whatsoever. I was hoping that this would be useful as a green tea based moisturizer for potentially seeing if there was any benefit for diminishing the appearance of pores, but with all the fragrancy ingredients in there, this is more likely to be problematic for you. If they had left out a lot of those, I think you you would be okay. Sunflower seed oil by itself, sunflower seed oil in moisturizers is not problematic. You know, it doesn't, you know, there's some tiny little studies showing that it's helpful for certain inflammatory dry skin states, like certain types of eczema. Very, very tiny, not well controlled. But overall, sunflower seed oil is not like a problematic ingredient per se. But, you know, I just don't think that they have formulated their vehicle to be occlusive enough with that oil in there. I think it's just too watery, and it's not really doing a whole lot. You would want to seal this, you know, if this didn't have all the fragrancy kind of stuff, you might be trying to pursue it for its humectant ability. You may try and seal on a heavier moisturizer on top, but it doesn't do a very good job as a humectant either. They have made this too dilute in terms of the humectant. It just is not gelatinous enough to slow down transepidermal water loss sufficiently. You'd be far better served in terms of humectants with, you know, my favorites, the Hada Labo Super Plumping Gel Cream, or, you know, Neutrogena's fragrance-free, extra dry, sensitive skin Hydro Boost Gel Cream. Those are much better choices. Not cruelty, not vegan, I believe Hada Labo is cruelty free, but not Neutrogena. That at least that they disclose on their site. I'm pretty sure they're not. But anyways, yeah. So long story short, this one is a no-go as well. Just not impressed with it. Drying, you know, and I'm somebody who kind of, you know, it's very humid right now. I don't need a lot of heavy-duty moisturizer, and this was drying. You know, I have a tendency towards oily, shiny skin, particularly in the T-zone, with dryness elsewhere. I guess, you know, you might want to call me combination skin, but, you know, right now in Houston, I mean, everybody has some degree of shine, and my needs right now for moisturizer are much lower than they are in the winter time, and that is not enough. That is just not a sufficient useful moisturizer. So ultimately, I do not recommend it. Price-wise, it clocks in at a whopping $48 for 2 ounces. So don't spend your money on that. You know, it's just not cost effective. It's not useful, and you know, I just was not impressed with it overall. But they do both smell really good. I do like the scent, the fragrance of both of them. So, you know, I have to admit, even I like the fragrance of those. But comment below, and if you've used these, if you like them, you know, what your experience was with them. I'd love to know. And if you've tried any of their other products, or if you have a green tea containing product that you like and love, comment below. I'm always motivated regarding green tea moisturizers and cleansers to see, you know, what all there is out there. So far, I've really enjoyed the Crave Matcha cleanser, and I finished it up. But I'd love to know some of your thoughts and recs. But anyways, guys, that is my review of the Youth to the People cleanser and moisturizer. Thank you guys for asking me to check it out. I've had fun testing the waters. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.